Best Game in the World Video Game Hall of Fame, Best Phone Game, and Best Kids Game. All these questions and more are going to be answered right now on Gamer Brawl. Hello folks, welcome to Hole 5's Gamer Brawl. I'm your host Connor, and thanks for stopping by. Our season is going to be wrapping up soon. So, with that in mind, I thought I should get into some details about what is happening at the end of our season. After our 8th Brawl, the staff of Gamer Brawl will get together and look over all the brawlers of the season. We will then choose our 3 best brawlers to compete in our season finale, the Rewind Redo event. The Rewind Redo event will be very similar to our Rewind Redo category, but we will only use main event questions from the season. At the end of the Rewind Redo event, whomever has the most points will be crowned our Season 1 champion. This is pretty much our Super Bowl or WrestleMania, so please make sure to tune in early August to see it. Now, let's focus on this one, because that is still a ways away. Let's get on to the rules of Gamer Brawl. 3 gamers come onto our show and debate video game questions. Each round, I will ask a question. Each gamer will give their answer and a brief explanation as to why. Then I will let them duke it out. When I feel the battle has run its course, I will pick a winner. Each question you win will gain you 1 point. Special questions will gain you 2. The main event will gain you 3. Whomever has the most points wins. Now, let's go on to our gamers. With the gamer tag Agent Mudkips, he has 13 years of gaming, and his favorite video game is League of Legends. Our good friend Dalen.
Drop my phone. Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, Dalen, how you doing?
Good.
Our next person has 14 years of gaming. After 3 weeks, he could not decide what his favorite video game is, and to this day, he's still pondering what his favorite video game is. His gamer tag is Revenant. Dalen, how do I say it? Revenant? Okay, Revenant001, my own brother, Alex.
Hey, y'all, still thinking about that favorite game, though.
Our next competitor has 17 years of gaming. His favorite video game is Earthbound, and his gamer tag is Synchrotron, the one and only Sam. How you doing, Sam?
I'm gonna have to talk to HR because I didn't know I was staff.
You're not staff.
Well, I don't know.
You're
just
whole
said
5
you're
staff.
staff at. I did make the website.
That's true, but you're part of the whole 5 staff, not the Gamer Brawl staff.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk to HR later about it. And doing fact-checking for us today, the unstoppable and foul-mouthed Neil. How you doing, Neil?
That's fucking right, baby.
Neil, when is your show going to be coming on, by the way, to our YouTube channel?
Pretty soon. This coming Sunday, I think, right? Is that the correct date?
If you have it recorded, I didn't know whether you'd be doing it this Sunday or not.
Yeah, well, it's coming this Sunday.
Perfect. What is it going to be about?
My most anticipated games from E3.
Nice. We look forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
An exciting thing about all 3 of these competitors here today are all making their Gamer Brawl debut, so this should be a lot of fun. Do you guys have any questions before we begin?
Nah.
No? Alright, perfect. We're going to move on to our first category, which is the worst MMORPG. We're going to start this round off with Alex. Alex?
Okay, boys. I had 2, but I guess I can only choose 1, so I'm gonna have to choose Star Wars: The Old Republic. And what, do I, make my case?
You can give a quick explanation as to why.
Okay, well, if anyone knows about that game before it actually came out, the hype surrounding that game was pretty unreal. It was one of the most expensive MMOs ever made, and, well, it's pretty shit now. No one plays it, and it's free to play, so there you go.
Alright. Dalen.
I think the worst MMORPG is Elder Scrolls Online, because it had a really big hype train, and then just nothing. I didn't hear anything after the trailer came out, and I didn't even knew that it was released a while ago. I just really knew it was released about like 2 weeks ago.
All right, Sam.
Kudos, yeah. Elder Scrolls Online. You go from a game where you can be a skeleton with an AK-47 riding a chicken in Skyrim to a game where you have to fight little kids for fucking chicken I don't. It's an awful game. It made me cry.
Okay. Are you guys, Dale and Sam? Do you guys want to work together on this round? If you do, you guys will both get a point for it.
Yeah.
I'm down, I guess, then.
All right, Alex. So they will be against you. If you do win this round, you will gain double points. Is that all right?
Yeah, fine by me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I decided to add that, Neil.
Nice. I like that.
Make it more even. Oh, yeah, no, get it. All right, so gentlemen, it's Dale and Sam versus Alex. You guys can go ahead and start it. Alex, you can go ahead and begin.
Okay. Well, let me think. Well, okay. For one thing, Elder Scrolls it's been out since like at least a year for sure now, and although it's free to play, still actually have to buy the game. Whereas the Old Republic is straight free to play, and I think except the expansions, but it's just an awful game, the Old Republic. Like, it's just disappointing. EA sucks, dude. Your turn.
I'll give you Star Wars in general sucks, but like
Okay.
Elder Scrolls, you
No,
still have to
hold
buy
on.
it, you know?
No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Star Wars is good. The Old
I don't
Republic was a
know.
letdown.
It seems like it's Lord of the Rings, but it's not trying hard enough.
Oh, fuck.
Straight fire.
But okay, wait. You can. Okay, it's not even about if Star Wars sucks, so it's the game. And anyways, what else? There's fuck Elder Scrolls. Okay, well no, yeah, they released their latest update. Oh, it's called Tamriel Unlimited, and I played it a bit because I like bought it for real cheap, but I didn't mind it. Like, and apparently everyone else is saying that it's so much better than when it was first released, but. And then what Star Wars I play it, and it's just it just forces you to go onto that like real money thing to buy shit, and you really cannot just there's no way you play that game without actually paying on that market, and that's just a really shitty MMO right there, dude.
Dale and Sam.
Well, I think that Bethesda just really shit the bed with this game because when I was playing Skyrim, I was like, how cool would it be if this was just an MMO? And because the world was so open, I was searching for mods to see if you could play co-op and there was one, but it was garbage, and you could only run around naked with your sometimes their friend who happened to be really laggy. But that's besides the point, because they hyped it up to make it like an entire world that expanded over Tamriel, and at first it kind of blew my mind because I was just like, holy shit, I thought they could only be limited to Skyrim or like all the other worlds that it was placed in, but then they just released it, never knew about it, didn't get much hype, and now that you say this patch is that they've left for what you said, like a year. It has been over a year. It took them a year to realize that their MMO was kind of shit. And so
Well, I gotta bring up the point that it is free to play the garbage Star Wars MMO, but you still have to pay $100 fucking bucks on Steam to play Elder Scrolls for what is basically the child they glued to a toilet while they're working on Fallout 4. How do we get more money for Fallout 4? Pump out a Skyrim MMO! How many classes should we put in? Should we put in 6 or 7 so it's actually engaging and fun? No, let's put in 4. How many classes? Should we put in new classes that aren't in any of the other games? No! That doesn't work! Putting new content people wants to see in game does not work. So yeah, it's pretty shit.
Yeah.
$100 for basically a used tampon and a kiss.
Okay, well, first off, Sam, it's $70 on Steam, not 100.
No, I'm going for the Tamriel Unlimited Imperial Edition, because if you're going in this fucking nose deep, you better be hitting colon.
Okay, I'll rebuttal that now. What was I gonna say? Okay, well, financially for the older public, like I can't say how expensive the Elder Scrolls was to make, but in its time, like when the older public first came out, it like was the most expensive MMO ever made. Like I heard like 50 million. I can't like it's definitely millions of dollars. I don't know the exact
Neil,
number.
can you fact check that for me?
The Elder Scrolls Online was rumored to have cost 200 million. Bethesda and ZeniMax Online.
Okay,
Okay,
how much
check the
did
Star Wars
Star
one.
Wars, please?
Star Wars.
Because I've heard 200 is the roughly average price for MMORs.
I think I thought it was 200 for Star Wars as well.
How much?
I know they're not a cheap market to get into.
A question with the Star Wars Online: can you play it on the console?
No.
Oh.
But the Elder Scrolls is actually coming out with their next gen
Apparently, it cost.
versions for it.
Okay, it says according to the Times, the older public cost 200 million to develop, well above the 80 million forecast by Wedbush. So yeah, they cost the same.
Okay.
Well, then in its time, because Elder Scrolls only came out like a year ago, but in its time, at the time of release, it was the most expensive. Like I've read that everywhere when it came out, and now not only can you not buy the game, but well, see, that's the weird part is it's free to play, but obviously you have to fucking spend money anyways. But meanwhile, Elder Scrolls is coming out with an Xbox One and PlayStation 4 game to buy right now. So I would say, like, financially, their Elder Scrolls is doing a lot better so far. But
Doesn't mean
older
they're
public
Jewing
is
for your
older
money.
too. Well, fuck it, they're both shitty MMOs. It's like, which one is the shittier one? That is the question. Which we'll find out later tonight.
After
But
this.
like apparently, I think Star Wars came out with a new expansion, or it's coming out with another one somehow.
It's come out with
Somehow
a
it's
few.
not dead.
Ugh.
But fuck, what else was I gonna say? The graphics are shit. That's one thing too. Although that's not really relevant. It's just terrible. Just like fucking every MMO is terrible that's newly made. They're all hyped up and they're all shit. And none of them are good. And I don't really know. Like, I would say Elder Scrolls is doing a lot better a year after its release than Star Wars. Because Star Wars went completely free to play while they're still charging like $70 per game on Elder Scrolls. And then, I guess there's no expansion yet, but, you know, they'll probably announce one soon.
Okay,
I'm surprised they didn't.
we're getting close here, so I'm gonna ask you, Dale and Sam, do you guys have a closing statement to defend why Elder Scrolls is the worst?
There was
Wanna
literally
go Sam or me?
no point for its creation. They didn't need a gap filler. They could have just teased Fallout 4 and just the hype train would have been fucking ridiculous. But no, they needed their gold-plated urethra prodding devices.
Okay.
That's how I'm gonna end
Dalen,
it.
do you have anything to add?
I'm gonna say that the aspects of like an MMO, because I'm gonna be honest here. If it wasn't for, well, actually, I would say EverQuest and World of Warcraft are kind of the birth mothers of MMOs.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people can agree with that. And they took their game of Elder Scrolls and they just tried to make it an MMO, and they kind of like took two Lego pieces. You're just like a 5-year-old just slamming them together, and then it just falls apart.
A mega block piece. And
A
Lego
mega
piece.
block, a mega block piece and a Lego piece, and they're just like, is gonna work, right? And then you go on to play fucking Lego, and they're just like, no, it doesn't work because the pieces just don't fucking fit. You just mashed your perspective of how your Elder Scrolls games go into an MMO and just didn't clash. It just didn't. You only added so few classes. And by the looks of it, if you want to do some like stuff, there's really no like coordination. You have to have each of the class, because what I saw is there's only one healing class, there's only one tanking class, and there's only two DPS class. And that just to me just seems like really a really bad time.
All right. Alex, do you have any other closing statements?
Well, I will say this, that for Elder Scrolls, they've said many times that it's not supposed to feel like multiplayer Skyrim at all. It's supposed to use the Elder Scrolls lore from all the games and make that into an MMO, but not Skyrim gameplay at all. It's supposed to be its own thing. But everyone's disappointed because they want a Skyrim multiplayer more than anything else, and that's not at all what it is. It's a lot worse than that. Whereas Star Wars was just supposed to, like, it was hyped up to, well, I guess every MMO's hyped up to be the next biggest thing, but it wasn't at all. And EA just is a shitty fucking company. Like that, they're just god awful. They really ruin everything they do. And then that like BioWare made that game with EA publishing it. And, you know, BioWare actually is not a bad company, but EA really fucked them right there. They rushed them to get it out fast, and everyone is disappointed, and now, like, I don't know anyone who plays it. But, yeah, they're both pretty shitty MMOs, I'll say that. I think that's something we can all agree on.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Neil?
What?
Your decision here is gonna may help me decide who should win this. Who do you think gave the better argument, Alex or Dalen and Sam?
Shit. Oh.
Because I'm leaning one way, but I want to see.
This is just argument, right?
Just
no
argument
personal opinion. Okay. I kind of think that Alex put out the better argument.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that one too. So, Alex, you win this round, meaning you gain 2 points.
Good memes.
Start off with a big lead. Advice for all of you: giving more facts. Dalen, you started pulling off actually really close by the end by giving more facts about the classes and all that. Also, if any of you had mentioned that Star Wars still has 1 million subscribers strong, you could have completely destroyed Alex, but none of you mentioned that.
It's a rip.
Yeah.
Fuck
But-
Rippy.
How many people play Elder Scrolls 2, though? That's a good question. Or how many
Sam.
copies have they sold?
I have never heard a game described the way you described it, Sam. That was truly a very interesting way to describe Elder Scrolls. How do you describe it? Well, it's like getting a bloody tampon and shoving your nose up your ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
I guess
And
that's
plus-
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We move on to the next category, which is our creative question. This question is worth 2 points. And this one, you can bring some facts and want. It's basically creativity we're looking for. So big, nice, creative answers. What book or book series would you like turned into a game or games? What would it be like? We're going to start this round off with Sam.
Oh, okay. My book is The Island of Dr. Moreau, and it's by the guy who made the Time Machine, and it's about animals. He's trying to find the perfect being by amalgamating animals and human beings together. And so the game would be like a classic fucking Zoo Tycoon game, where you would be given tasks, such as creating like the perfect war animal or the perfect like house person, and you'd have to keep peace on the island because they all want to revert to the let's go fuck each other in the ass with sticks phase, and and you have to stop them from doing that while also like doing it behind the government's backs because Catholicism hates magic and science and shit. So yeah, and it would be like you have to get animals and humans, mix them together in some way, and go for different traits and try not to get them to fucking rip each other apart.
All right, Dalen.
I picked Where the Wild Things Are, and I believe that this game would be a pretty good thriller or horror game, even though it is a child book. But I'm not talking about the background story. I'm talking about how like it could be developed into a horror game.
All right, Alex.
I chose that they should do a game based on Harry Potter, but not like the movies in particular, but just a straight up like an MMO. You know, we were just talking about MMOs, but this one wouldn't be shit because you could be like a wizard or a witch, and you know, male or female, I guess, a student at Hogwarts. And, you know, you just live life at Hogwarts. You go to classes and do quests, and your factions would be the four houses, like Gryffindor, Slytherin, and all those guys. And there could be, like, you can be good or evil, you know? You could be, like, as nerdy as, like, a prefect dude, or you could even join, like, Voldemort's forces at one point, you know? Just do something like that. It's kind of like a open world RPG Harry Potter type thing, you know? It'd be kind of just a chill game to play.
Okay. Okay. Just wait. I have a quick question, Connor.
Yep.
Now, does this have to be a book that doesn't have a video game already?
Nope, it has to be a book. That's all the requirement is. It has to be based on a book.
Okay. Never mind then.
One other thing, all right, Gex, there's Harry Potter games.
No, that's not what I was talking about. There is a Where the Wild Things game.
Oh God.
Probably pretty off.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know it existed.
That's got to be a piece of garbage. One more thing before we start. Stop messaging each other
On Facebook.
on the Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
It's distracting me, and it distracts me. I can no longer hear your arguments. I'm trying to focus 100% on your arguments.
Okay.
Thank you. Rest in peace, Facebook chat. Go ahead, guys. Begin. Any of you guys can start.
Well, I think Where the Wild Things Are would be a pretty good horror movie, because after a kid is sent to his room after having a tantrum or a fit, he is locked away. And so he has a wild imagination, see what I did there, of these fucking beasts that just run around. And so what could be is him going through his mental state of that tantrum and going through what his mental state would be with each individual beast. And so that he would face in the horror game and try and, you know, run away or try and deal with in the end. Like all horror games kind of have like their final boss or something like that, but this one would have like different kind of phases through the game of how like a child deals with his tantrum.
Are you guys actually gonna debate this, or?
This is the kind of point where you'd want to rip apart other people's argument and say as to why Where the Wild Things is a dumb argument, or why MMOR is stupid, or why Isle of Darkner Megarigatok. Moreau has a weird name.
It's a fucking good book. God, okay. I'll tell you why it's the fucking best game to ever be created, if it were to be a game. So, there hasn't been a good, like, Zoo Tycoon park building game in forever. So, picture this. It's like Jurassic Park Operation Geneticist, and Spore, but you can't make giant penises. Yes, that might be one of the best parts of Spore. But you could combine fucking random shit It would be, oh my god, it would be fucking amazing. And you could, like, there'd be an extensive, and there'd be free DLC, of course, because that's what everyone's all hot and bothered about right now. And, like, different animals could be put in, and you can make your own, like, weird religions to keep all the animals in check so they don't rip each other's nuts out and shit. And it could have the violent aspect to, like, a park building game, which everyone loves, where you let everything out and let it rip and snort around.
All right. Alex, can I hear a little more about your game?
Okay, well, so although like there's obviously Harry Potter games out there already, but in the MMO version, you're not tied to a single story about a bitch with a lightning bolt on his forehead. You create your character and make him as awesome as you want him to be, or her, because anyone could play it. And just you could free roam all of Hogwarts, come across some like stuff like just things are happening in like real time, stuff like that. You can go to that I don't know what that town is called outside of Hogwarts. They go on those little field trips too, though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And you can attend the classes and rank up your skills. And then there's PvP with like the factions, as in like the houses, Gryffindor and Slytherin and stuff like that. And there can be like, I'm sure like whoever makes the game can write in, based on Harry Potter lore, they can like add a raid somehow. Fucking Chamber of Secrets raid, dude. I'm sure they can make something. Maybe it won't go entirely like. Maybe J.K. Rowling won't approve of it, but it'll still be pretty.
This is Dream World. So in the Dream World, everything is all possible.
Yeah. So like, and then you can also meet your fucking teachers like Snape. He'll be in that game. He'll sass you around. It'll be fun. You just live your life. Hang out go to classes with your friends, learn some spells, go hang out in the town outside. Learn to fucking ride on a hippogriff with Hagrid, and just do whatever you want. There's no single story. It's kind of a do your own thing.
Okay. So I've got a really good idea on what your games are about, but I would like you all to actually start picking on each other's games now. Anyone can take the reign.
Well, the reason why I think that Harry Potter would suck cock as an MMO.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Ooh, spicy.
Is that I think the world is too limited. I mean, sure you have like because I don't read, I watch the movies, and you can call me a fucking casual if you all want, because I don't read books.
Casual.
I don't know how to read.
But I think that the world in Hogwarts would be too limited for an MMO to be made out of. I mean, sure you could level up all your little Expelliarmus and Divinity, and you can have all your fucking little items that are gaping vag hole that you could store your entire inventory in, but I think that it would get old really fast because you could base it off the books, or you could base it on what the world has to offer. And
sorry, Dayla, to cut you off, but yeah, going off that things, it's like a fucking English schoolboy simulator 2015.
Except it's magic. It's not English at all. It's magic.
I'll tell you what game that's exactly like, but it didn't have a limiting story. It's called Wizarding 101, and kids with Down syndrome play it for fun, and they find it boring.
What the fuck is Wizarding 101?
Neil, can you fact check to prove that's a game?
That is a game. I used to play it. I played it as a little kid. It was pretty fun, I thought, at least, but...
Okay, well, first I can tell you this. Okay, the castle, Hogwarts itself, is fucking huge. Like, if you were not to cheese it out and do like only a couple floors, but like every single part of the building itself is huge. And then you got like the courtyard, the walk from Hogwarts to Hagrid's hut. That alone is pretty, it's pretty fucking big. And then you got that whole lake, and then the Forbidden Forest as well.
So
and then that town.
You're paying to walk around a castle virtually?
So you could play any MMO and say you're paying to walk around in a fucking desert or something. That's
I'm
like the
pretty
same
sure.
thing.
Wow, you're paying to fucking fuck up a dragon, whatever that thing is.
And there
Or
can be
you're-
dragons in Harry Potter as well, sir.
Just to
So,
end the argument right away, Alex, is it a paid subscription or is it free to play?
I'm thinking
Or is there
it's
some other
actually.
form?
I'm thinking it's an actual. You pay like the full price of a game, like basically the Elder Scrolls. You buy it, and then
And
like
then if
it's a-
expansion comes out, you buy that.
yeah, like you pay you like a regular game where you pay, and then you play it, and then a DLC will come out, and then you buy the DLC.
Okay, perfect.
And also, fucking where the wild things are. Well, okay, this is coming from someone who did not even care about the movie at all. I wouldn't care about the game at all. Didn't read the book. And Sam, I recall you saying that it would be like Spore, but you cannot make a penis. But that's
there
the
would
best
be
part.
dong. There
So,
would be dong. You could
be
you
what?
could mix in some echidna in there so it could have a four-headed penis.
see,
I mean,
no, but
literally
I would only play a
limitless.
game where it's not so complicated.
It wouldn't be complicated, you say. I
The
want this
reviews
one
would say
or
like
it's
Spore,
penis
but
length.
shit is what the review would be.
I don't know. Spore was pretty shit.
Exactly.
That was true.
Exactly. Spore was pretty shit already.
Let's just take a pause and just say, wow. Fucking Spore.
Yeah. That's another thing we can all agree on, I think.
Yep. Yep, I agree with that.
Yep.
Waste of fucking money, that's what it was.
I like Spore.
Yeah, but the argument's not about Spore.
Yeah.
It feels like
Um,
I'm the fact checker and Spore is the best game ever.
Yeah. I check facts, and last time I checked, Spore is fucking great. So
Fact checker says it is true. Best game of the year.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you guys now. Dalen, taking yourself out of the equation. Not because your answer sucked, but your answer sucked.
Nice.
Which one would you choose to play out of the descriptions they've given? Island of Dr. Moreau or Harry Potter MMORPG?
I'd probably have to go with probably Sam's, to be honest, just because I just really think that fucking Harry Potter MMO would actually just not be that great in all aspects of an MMO.
Sam, Alex, would you either of you choose Where the Wild Things Are, or would you choose the other game?
The other game, probably. I mean,
Alex,
Wild Things is a good kid book.
Alex, would you even choose Where the Wild Things Are, or would you choose Dr. Moreau?
I think I would only choose Dr. Maru just because, like, I don't even know,
Okay, perfect.
like, the wild things, you know?
Neil,
yes.
between Harry Potter and Island of Dr. Moreau, which one would you choose to play?
Okay, well, this is a bit biased because I fucking hate like those stupid tycoon games. So I'd go with the Harry Potter MMO.
Okay. I won't say the one I chose, because obviously I'll choose the winner. But if you guys can give a closing statement, Dalen, you can if you want to, but I'm telling you now, you're not winning this round.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
Um,
myself to win this one. Not gonna lie, the last time I read that book was probably when I was like 6 years old.
Alex, Sam, if you guys would like to give a final closing statement, it could make the difference as to whether you win or not. Now is the time to do so.
H.G.
Um,
Wells 2015. That's all I have to say.
What?
Nothing.
Is that your actual closing statement, Sam?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Good. Alex?
Well, it's like speaking as a person who's marketing the new Harry Potter MMO. It's like if you buy this game, you'll have years of enjoyment ahead of you with monthly patches and updates, and assuming that the development crew aren't a bunch of greedy assholes, it will be one of the greatest MMOs ever made.
Is EA going to help make the game?
No. EA's not gonna do anything because
All right.
they suck.
All right, then I've come up with a decision. It was very close. Not for Dylan, but for Sam and Alex. I'm going to give the category, the win to Alex, who just barely pulled it in. Alex, I felt, gave a little bit more about his game, and his game just sounded more appealing.
put my
If
heart
I get
into that
touched
one.
at Hogwarts, it's your fault, Alex.
If what?
If I get touched at Hogwarts in the MMO, it's your fault. Hagrid's giving me that look again. Oh no, I can't go in a raid. All my stats are halved.
Hagrid dropped his big robe. Oh no.
That's where the giant
Please,
came
Hagrid.
in his
Please.
Hagrid,
genetics.
no.
I'm not.
Well, I'm seeing a whole other side of things I never thought about before. Dirty Hagrid never occurred to me once, Sam, so thank you for ruining another thing for me. We move on to the next category, which is, before I, actually I will say the question. The question is, best game in the World Video Game Hall of Fame. As you guys know, it was recently announced that there was a Video Game Hall of Fame, which includes such games as Doom, Pac-Man, Pong, Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and World of Warcraft. So, we're going to debate which of these games is the best. So, we're going to start this round off with Dalen. Dalen, what is your answer for this one?
Super Mario Brothers. I think it's Super Mario Brothers because it's the entire classic. Like you said, it's in the Video Game Hall of Fame, so it's up there. And I believe has touched so many people in the world with its just genius and just like groundbreaking games that was way back when video gaming was just a little wee babby.
All right. Sam.
Yeah, I'm going with Super Mario Bros. Purely because it was able to bring the entire marketplace out of the shitter. From shitty games on the like Commodore 64 and stuff. And it kind of brought gaming to the living room and into people's homes instead of just weird nerdy guys with skin conditions. So, yeah.
I'm gonna ask you guys right now. Do you guys want to team up together?
You
Yeah.
want to, Sam?
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose right now.
Nothing to lose.
And you guys sure you want to stick with this answer? Because I mean, there are other answers you can choose.
Nah, I'm good with my ass.
Okay.
I'm good.
So whatever Alex chooses, which I'm hoping is, I know isn't Super Mario Bros. If he wins, he'll get double points again.
Good.
So I'm hoping you actually crush him this round. Alex, what is the game you've chosen?
Well, this first I'll say that because all these games are in the Hall of Fame, they're all obviously good. You know, like Super Mario Bros. Is definitely not bad. I have nothing against that game or any of those games basically. But I chose Doom, and I chose Doom because it basically set the groundwork for most first-person shooters. Like, it came out in like early 90s, I know that for sure. As far as I don't know however many like first-person shooters were before it. Probably don't know about them because they're not good.
Neil,
And
can you
Doom
check
was probably
Give me a sec. Wait, what? Check what?
that? For
the
what
release
is the
date?
first shooter game?
Okay, well,
Because I heard it was Doom, but I could be wrong.
the original Doom came out in 1993.
Okay,
the way.
was it the
Yeah, there you
first?
go.
first
Wolfenstein.
I don't know if it was the first FPS.
Wolfenstein
I'm not
was?
saying it was.
Hailed as. Yeah, Wolfenstein came out before.
Okay, well. Either way, I understand. Continue, Alex.
Yeah, like me personally, I never even really heard of Wolfenstein till like that one game, the remake came out like a year or so ago.
Do you mind if I just add something in real quick, Connor?
Go ahead.
Okay, so Doom came out in 1993, and Wolfenstein came out on May 5th in 1992, but they were like Doom was heavily influenced by Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Doom, like many games were also influenced by Doom, just like how
Oh yeah.
like just like for example how like an MMO made after World of Warcraft was influenced by WoW, and now WoW itself is also taking ideas from newer MMOs. Many games were influenced by Doom for sure, and like I personally think it's a pretty badass like idea, just fucking killing monsters and shit. It's pretty cool. I like I don't really play Mario games that much. I mean, like I play like Mario 64 and all that shit, but like I prefer just the Doom type style games than Mario. But
All right.
that's pretty subjective.
So, again, as I said before, Dale and Sam, you guys are teaming up together. If Alex wins, he gets double points. So, good luck to you guys. I'll let Alex start off the attacking you guys as he's being teamed up on. So go ahead, Alex.
Okay. Well, Doom. Well, first the games are completely different. Or Doom is a first-person shooter. I like. I don't know. Like Doom, the idea of Doom, in my mind, is it's just a lot different. Like Mario's not bad. Like, but for me, I would like if I had to choose between playing the two games, I would probably just pick Doom. And I think they even announced a new Doom game at E3, and hopefully that's
Yeah.
not shit.
They did. It's coming
Um,
out next year.
Yeah, and that like I mean the fact that they're making a game probably shows like how many people like Doom, that they're spending the money to make the game, right? Although then, Mario also is like that. They always come out with Mario games. Um, but I also know that Doom, the first Doom apart, like I think it came out like the first part of the game was free. You didn't even have to buy that. You can fact check that. I'm pretty sure like there's a 3 parts. The first part was free, but then the other 2 things were like they cost money. But just the fact that it came out as a free game from the start is pretty cool. And now it's in the Hall of Fame. So there you go. I'll let you guys can
Okay.
attack me.
Well, I'm not saying Doom is a bad game. Doom was like the forefront of the 3D first-person shooter games, but Super Mario Bros. Made the formula which Doom went off of. So, before Super Mario Bros., games were kind of like a weird mashup of ideas that people had and what they could actually pull off in the software. Whereas Super Mario Bros., they boiled it down to the simplistic concept of like a couple actions. And if you could do those actions like without any of the other polish, like without Mario being a plumber or there being pipes or like Koopas or anything, it still worked, and which is jumping on shit. Like jumping over obstacles and jumping on shit's heads. If that worked and it was still fun, the game works. And so like all games since then kind of have built that off that idea of finding the core concepts of a game and building up off of them, because if the core concepts are shit, the game's going to be shit. So, and a testament to this is that Super Mario Bros. At the time of its release, and for a lot, like till the release of the Wii, it was one of the best. Like it was the second best-selling game of all time. I mean, now with Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft and all that other shit, it's been bumped down, but it still has like 4 million copies sold to date.
It's 40 million.
Oh, 40 million.
440, same thing.
Yeah, more. But yeah, and it set the way. And plus, the video game market at that time was kind of in the shitter, to be honest. And it was a good way to pull it out, was to put out like a simplistic platformer game that was just fun and easy to pick up. Whereas Doom, you can't pick that up as like a little kid, because there's like fucking skull fucking, and the little Doom character bloodies up when the like fucking satanic rituals go on around him.
So,
Oh, yeah.
are you,
I'm just listening to you guys debate.
Sam?
What?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so Super Mario Brothers is the Knuckle classic of platformers, revolutionizing everything that everyone knew about gaming, with its whole 2D platforming, jumping on shit like what Sam said, and its mechanics of the game of introducing power-ups through mystery blocks, or you could get a coin, and it all added to like if you died in that level, you would know about what would be in the mystery boxes. and so you could become like a real good master at the game by, you know, if you were zooming back all the way to 19 1985, where you're just in your little friend group and you're just like, oh yeah, we all got Super Mario Brothers, and you're just like, man, I know what's in all the mystery blocks in World 4, 3, or whatever. And so I think it brought a lot of the community together in into 2D platforming, and it spread off on that where like other people were starting to, you know, take after the aspects of 2D platforming, and it's like those little kids turned into developers and were just like, we want to create our own 2D platformers, and they added, you know, stuff from Super Mario Brothers, but with like different kind of characters and aspects, kind of like, you know, let's just say Donkey Kong Country, I guess, and then like you got your other 2D platformers as well. And there's just a lot of things that Super Mario Brothers added to the game, like the star power up, the mushroom, the fire flower, to and the star gives him invincibility and all that good stuff. And the fire flower gave him a ranged ability, which the fireball, and it's very iconic to this very day. And you could even kind of glitch the, or not glitch because it was intended, but you could sort of find little hints and little secrets that you can like jump up on the roof in the first underground level of the game. You can go to like world 2, 3, and 4.
Spoilers.
And what?
Nothing. Let's continue.
And you can like go through warp tunnels, and it was all very good, and it all like just was a mash that just all blended together to make such a simplistic beauty of 2D platforming to this very day. And you can even see like just the community that just made other 2D platformers take off from Super Mario Brothers, because they're like the birth mothers of all 2D platforming with all the aspects that they gave out to the 2D platforming.
Right. I've heard a lot about why you love your game. I would like to hear more of you guys insult each other's games. Alex, why is Super Mario Bros. Worse than Doom?
Okay, well, not to shit on Super Mario Bros, but
Now's the
in
time to shit on
Doom,
it.
okay, fine. Well, all right. I'd rather, instead of playing as an Italian plumber, I'd rather play as a space marine fighting demons from hell. That is essentially what the entire game is, and that game, like, basically pioneered the 3D graphics. Whereas Super Mario Bros. Like originally was just straight 2D stuff, side scroll. Well, yeah, basically side scroller, right? Like you can.
Yeah, 2D side scroller.
Yeah. And it also had multiplayer as well. I don't think Super Mario Bros. Had multiplayer. I don't know how that would even
They did
work.
have multiplayer.
Did it?
The
Yeah.
first, yeah.
Okay.
There was an expansion packy thing, I think.
Oh, really?
Neil, can
in
you
Japan.
confirm that?
Wait,
In
what?
Japan, it's for the Nintendo Entertainment System disk drive. And there should have been an expansion called the Lost Levels or something.
So it was more Japanese, not for the rest of the world.
Yeah, it was present though. It was released later as something else in Super All Stars.
Specifically Mario Brothers. There was only multiplayer available in Japan.
I think so.
Okay.
There's also multiplayer in the game. Like it was just 2-player. You just
yeah.
guys just take turns. That's what I thought we were talking
Oh
about.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Just-
How does the multiplayer in Doom work, Alex?
You can either do deathmatch, where it's like, I think it's up to 4 players can just kill each other, but then there's also cooperative, which, like, I'm assuming the cooperative was just the game, but with a friend, or up to 4 as well. And yeah, so not like, what's better than you killing demons from hell? You and your friends killing demons from hell in the sci-fi 1993 sci-fi first-person shooter. It's just fucking, it's just badass. You know, for 1993, that's pretty cool, in my opinion. Whereas in Mario, you just, you know, you jump in tubes and save Princess Peach, go through worlds. But this one was like really set the stage for even just gaming in general. Just gaming in general. They're still making games for it, which they are for Mario 2, right? But it's because they're both pretty popular.
Alright.
There's also, as far like Doom, like also had its expansion packs and Doom 2 and Doom 3 and everything. So it was a pretty successful franchise.
Alright, before I let Dalen and Sam roast on Doom, and Neil, is it true that the first expansion, the first part of Doom was free?
I couldn't find anything that said that.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
Google Doom
I
facts.
did. I was on the Wikipedia page.
Alright, I mean, I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm not going to...
I can link it. Well, at least for where I saw it like a while ago. I can find it if you want me to.
That's fine. So it's not like it'd be held against you. It's not like, well, you lost because you said this. Anywho, Dale and Sam, why is your game way better than Doom? Start hating on Doom.
Mario is the fucking reason. How many people... What is the name of the guy in Doom?
He literally
What's
doesn't
the
have a
main-
name.
What's the main
yeah,
character's
he actually-
name
He doesn't
in
have a
Doom?
name. He doesn't
Oh, he
have a name.
His slang name is
the
straight up
creators
Doom
were
Guy.
The creators were too dumb to think of a name for him. He's just called Space Marine.
I think the guys who pioneered the FPS genre are not that dumb.
The guys
I think
who
his slang,
pioneered the
everyone calls
video
him the
game-
Doom Guy.
Yeah.
The guys who pioneered the video game industry as a home recognizable like thing to do with your friends. That's who made Mario.
You can
Relatable.
play Doom with your
You
friends.
have to be in like a mood to play Doom. You have to be like a teenager who's fucking angry, or just like an adult. Mario, you can
An
literally be a
adult.
fucking 3-year-old. Well, I mean, I'm going off the fact that Doom, you can like fucking skull fuck stuff. There's some pretty hardcore shit in Doom. Whereas Mario, the most hardcore thing is like killing animals, and that's hilarious if you're deranged a little bit. But you know, no blood, and you can literally pick it up at any age. And he's like in a plethora of other things now. It really brought him to the forefront of like a recognizable character. Whereas Doom, yeah, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but it's nowhere near Super Mario in anything.
Oh, Connor.
Yes,
Sorry,
Neil?
I found the factory. Yes, it originally came out as a freely playable taste of the game, the first episode.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Dylan, you got anything to add to why Doom sucks?
When I think of a game that has revolutionized gaming, Doom was not one that came to my mind off the top of my head. Maybe that's just because I never played Doom before, but I think that with Doom, sure, it revolutionized like the first-person shooter aspect of the entire gaming franchising, but it just didn't have the same uniqueness as how it brought gaming out of the shitter with Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers bonded so much people, and it touched so many children that it
Could
just
be arrested.
It was so good at touching children, right
That-
to creativity.
that it was just that one game where if you went up to a friend and you just said, let's just play Super Mario Brothers, you'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty down. And back in the day with Doom, where you would skull fuck demons, and you would gruesomely murder them, when I was 6 years old, I can guarantee that I was not allowed to play a game like that. Um, I don't think there would have been so many more opportunities that Doom would have had unless it was for, the average teenager lives. Like maybe way back when gaming was still kind of a baby and it all and the entire world was just like gaming is like making people all fucked up and like they have Doom and it's like you're just fucking blowing shit up and
Summoning
fucking
Satan.
you're killing Satan and all that shit and you're just like holy shit, what is gaming gonna turn our children into? In fucking Mario you're going to save a princess who was kidnapped from a big old turtle, big old Koopa, and it was just a world that was just developed to be fun and exciting and full of adventure. Because that was all gaming was back then to children, just a good old adventure.
All right. Do you
I
have
have
something to add?
points.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys all now your closing statements. So,
Okay.
Alex, go ahead and your final statements. Please rebuttal them and go ahead and say what
I
you
thought that was the final statements.
No, that was
Is that-
simply just you guys roasting on each other because you hadn't done it yet. You kept talking about your own games and how your game is good, and you weren't as all the other games. I want to actually hear you guys insult your games.
Oh, okay.
You can give a closing statement if you want. Rebuttal, whatever. I prefer this be a closing statement. Alex?
Okay. Well, Doom, although was made after Super Mario Bros., and although Super Mario Bros. Did kind of develop that, it kind of set the ground for most games. I think everyone can agree on that. But Doom took like the ideas, not from Super Mario Bros., but even just from Wolfenstein, for example. They took other ideas, put it together, made it rated M, gave it like I'm pretty sure this was definitely one of the pioneers for the 3D gaming. 3D as in not 3D like with glasses, but you know what I mean. Just took the FPS genre and just boosted it up to popularity. Where even like GoldenEye, where most people would say GoldenEye was one of the best ones, probably wouldn't have been nearly as good if Doom didn't exist. And Doom is also apparently it actually has a movie. Did not know that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's.
I doubt it's that great though.
It's pretty bad. It's
Yeah.
worth a good laugh though.
It's
Yeah.
hard to follow.
But Doom, like the fact that you could, like in 1993, like not only is the co-op like or the multiplayer you can verse each other or do co-op story, and like that's pretty cool actually. Just slaying demons, space marines in the future with your buddies. But of course, the only reason it couldn't be nearly as popular as Super Mario Bros. Would be like because it's rated M and for 1993 it's highly graphic, which made it controversial as well. But despite that, I think the gameplay value is just much better. For like I wouldn't play it as a kid, but like if I was this age in 1993, like for sure I would be playing this game. So
Dale and Sam, do you have any closing statements?
No, I think
I
everything's
thought-
being said,
Hmm?
Mario's pretty fucking badass because he set the stage for everything else, even shit that Doom's like built off.
All right. Neil,
Yes.
I'm very, very close. I am leaning slightly one way, so I'm curious if you do agree with me on this. Who do you think gave the better argument this round? It's hard. Trust me, they're very, very, they're neck and neck.
I don't know, man. It's like right down the middle for me.
Okay. And if that's true, then I'm
Yeah.
going to give the round to Dalen and Sam.
Finally.
Doom is the advantages Doom does have is it is multiplayer. It definitely crushes Super Mario in that aspect, where you're able to verse each other, and it did develop its own the FPS genre. However, the one big thing I gotta give you the advantage of is Super Mario Bros. They brought back the gaming industry when it was in literally a pile of destruction, with the potential idea of the games never coming back. Games like Doom and all these other games wouldn't be back anymore if it wasn't for games like Super Mario Bros. So, and the big thing I also agreed with you guys on was the age thing, being the fact that anyone can pick it up. So, I'm giving you guys the point this round. So, Dale and Sam, you each get 1 point.
Damn you, Doom, for being rated M, you sack of shit, assholes.
Hey, Doom's
Fuck you,
actually
developers.
pretty fun. I'm gonna put it out here now that it's over. Doom's fucking awesome.
Doom is
Yeah,
pretty fucking dope.
Doom is pretty awesome.
Just
Well, if they made like a Whimsy Schreier Doom, I think it should target kids more than.
Rip Satan's head off. There's sparkles in there somewhere.
We're gonna move on to our next question, which is a rewind redo. The best free-to-play game. So this is a game that is, as we know, free-to-play. It's a rewind redo, meaning it was a previous question answered before. This question is going to be worth 2 points, and you can't choose TF2, Dota 2, or War Thunder, because they were already previously given. So with that in mind, we're going to start this round off with Alex.
Alright, I didn't even have to really think about it for this one, honestly. I chose Path of Exile, and for those who do not know what that game is, it's if you've ever heard of Diablo, the franchise, it's essentially that. It's a dungeon crawler, hack and slash? Yeah, but it's free to play, and it's probably the only free to play game I've ever seen where you actually don't have to spend money, like at all, to get better. The only things you can buy in that game are purely like looks,
Aesthetics.
Yeah, no gameplay changes at all, really. So,
All right,
unless they changed that recently.
Dalen.
I have chosen League of Legends, and I think it is the best free-to-play game because it has literally taken MOBAs and has brought them out of what their cave was, which was Dota, which was a mod for Warcraft. And it revolutionized MOBAs in a way and has touched esports, which is one of the biggest gaming sports out there right now. And it has brought one of the biggest communities in gaming that I can ever imagine to know.
Okay, Sam.
Oh, fuck. I don't have anything now. I guess species. Artificial life. It's a really fucking nerdy pick, to be honest with you. It's like Spore but not like Spore, and basically you put these. It's a free to play game where you put these little potato things on an island, and you change the environment up to try and get them to evolve in different ways. And you can't control any way how they turn out, except like you can make it hotter or colder or put more food or not. And it's really fucking entertaining to see these things become absolutely fucking bizarre. Like you can spend hours and hours starting and stopping and resetting these things to go from like potatoes to turn into like ass waving hacky rhinoceros cephalosauruses that like spit acid at each other and shit. It's really entertaining just to have in the background.
I've learned more about you each and every day, Sam.
Yes, scary shit.
Well, gentlemen, go ahead.
Who
All
wants
right.
to go?
Alright, so League of Legends is one of the best free-to-play games I've ever played. It requires no fees, literally no fees unless you want cosmetics, or if you want to level up your account faster, which has no part in the gameplay whatsoever. It just levels up your account just so you can start playing ranked or different game modes. And really the only game mode that's essentially like just for the competitive play is just your 5v5 on Summoner's Rift. And the champion pool is so huge, it's 152 champions now, all unique in every single way, shape, and form. No champion is alike, and they all interact with each other in their lore and all tidbits with the champions' descriptions and all that. It's a game that has revolutionized gaming through esports in every way. It has 25 million accounts that are active monthly, I believe. And
Neil, can you confirm that?
I actually think it's more than that, but yeah, sure. 2 seconds.
Continue, Dylan.
it is by far one of the most revolutionizing free-to-play games that I have ever experienced.
27 million daily active players.
Daily active players, that was
Okay.
better.
Thank you.
Yep.
Alex, Sam, you guys start talking.
Um,
You guys are very polite, by the way. The most polite audience we've had.
Yeah.
yeah, I like to think I'm a nice guy.
I don't want to put
Oh,
it in.
okay. Well, I'll start. Path of Exile. It's well, like I said earlier, it's like it really is free to play. You don't have to buy. Like, there's nothing on there to say boost your account or your levels to be higher. Like, you actually just pick it up and play, and that's it. There's no like advertisements either. Like, some companies just put fucking advertisements on games to make their money on free to play games. This one is truly just like the only free to play game I've played where I don't have to spend any money. It actually won Game of the Year on GameSpot for 2013, I think. I'll say I don't think the player base is as huge as League, but the player base on League is pretty fucking toxic. Most people I've seen agree to that, and I've seen it for myself. Like, not like you, Dalen, or Neil, or any of you guys, but just online in general. There's so many assholes like I've seen, and if you're not like, I can see where it is, where if you're playing on ranked and you're not good, your team will just be mad at you. But it's like, even on just casual playing, people are always assholes. Just a toxic community. I would not want to, like, I think even throughout all MOBAs, actually no, I'm not going to go that far with it. Most MOBA communities are pretty bad, but me personally, I honestly don't like the MOBA genre at all. It's not because I just can't really get into it at all. And the thing with Path of Exile or any hack and slash game is they're really easy to get into as well. You don't really have to. On League, you really have to know every single character and know how to counter them if you want to be good. Whereas on Path of Exile, you can just pick up a class, look up builds online, do whatever you want. The passive skill tree on Path of Exile is probably like the biggest one in like any game. Like, I don't know how many different like variations you can do, like thousands of variations you can do for sure. There's over 1,000 skills that you can put points into, and skills as in like it's a passive tree, so it's not actual abilities. It's really unique though, where you get your abilities from. You put gems into your weapon, but the gem itself is your ability, so you can choose any class and basically do anything. And
I need to ask more about the passives. Is it similar in World of Warcraft to the fact that it used to, like, back way before, where it used to like up your attack by 10% or whatever?
Like a passive tree. That's
yeah,
what...
but it's much larger than WoW's, like much larger.
No,
like,
but I'm saying like yours increases strength and all that, but it doesn't give you any spells.
no spells. Just as far as I don't think there's any spells, but there's little passive like nodes, and then there's bigger ones that can really boost you up. And
Okay, I just
your
wanted to
build-
understand how it worked.
yeah, your build is like based on, like, you level up, the stats increases based on what you pick in that tree, basically. And it's just really unique in that sense, where this game isn't like a lot of the other hack and slash games. It's actually pretty like diverse builds you can do. And on top of that, it's all free to play still, and you don't have to pay a cent to like unlock anything at all. And yeah,
Okay. Sam?
I'm gonna just put it aside and say that my game is not a MOBA or a multiplayer game. There are no loadouts or anything. It's one of those the best games you can play because you can play it while playing other games. You just leave it, and you basically you don't pay for anything. You can't even pay for anything because it's developed by one like asshole in Australia just for fun, and it just runs in the background. You can go play League or a Path of Exile while it's just loading in the back, and come back and see creatures whose whole existence are just them shaking their booties in the air like they just don't care. And I don't know. If that's not gaming, I do not know what is.
All right. Dalen, taking yourself out of the equation, which game would you choose to play? Path of Exile or Species?
Path of Exile.
Alex, taking yourself out of the equation, would you choose League of Legends or Species?
That's a tough one. I'm not sure I understand exactly what Species is.
It's kind of like Spore, but it does it itself.
It does it itself?
Yeah.
An even more boring version of it.
I don't want to be that guy that just brings like serious personal feelings in, but I honestly cannot stand playing League, so I would choose Sam's game only so I can go play other games.
Okay. Sam, taking yourself out of the equation, League of Legends or Path of Exile?
I've seen hundreds. Okay, I'm just gonna go off this. My roommate last year in university did not attend any of his classes for 3 months because he was sacrificing his life to League. None of that shit. I'm doing Path of Exile. It sounds fun, actually.
Neil, out of all three of these, based on arguments, which one would you choose to play?
Probably League. Definitely League.
Do you guys have any closing statements you'd like to make?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Although Path of Exile is a hack and slash game, which is one of my favorite type of games, I find the passive tree to be too big to be really confusing with every build, because I am a guy that looks, and I could say this for a lot of people, I'm a guy that looks on for the best build possible, and the talent tree that I found is that it was a way too intimidating to level up all that way to get each and single passive and make like the perfect character. And I just found it really confusing. And Sam's game, I would lose myself playing League than just watching potatoes grow. I mean, I would probably after
League.
my League game, I'd probably exit out of it because I would just see a fucking potato on the ground. I'd be like, okay.
Talking about confusing, by the way, I'm gonna just say 3 names, and you tell me if they're confusing or not. Orena, the champion, Cass, and Lee Sin. Those are
Sorry,
fucking...
say the other one.
Okay, so Cass or
Cassiopeia.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how to fucking say the name. Orania, Oriona, and Lee Sin.
Okay. Just wait. I gotta put something in here. All right.
They're
Is it a
difficult.
fact?
It is a fact.
Yep.
Lee Sin is blind, and his name is is like a play on words for listen.
Oh, really? That's cool. I like it. I dig that.
There you go.
Sam, is that your closing statement?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Okay,
Mine is
Alex?
just a fucking fun game to play.
Well, I'll admit the passive tree is like, it's pretty huge, but it's not like, I can do what I do on Diablo with that, and that's look up the best build and stuff. Like, there's websites dedicated for that stuff, and you get like although there's like 1,000, like over 1,000 like stuff you can put points into, obviously you're not meant to fucking use all 1,000. I think the highest level is like 100 or something like that. So, like you get 1 point per level plus like other ways through various quests and stuff. So say maybe 200 points, just as a guess. That's not even. That's like if there's 1,000 nodes, that's 20% of the whole tree being used up. So definitely not. You don't have to look at every single point, but you can it's kind of like just build your character up the way you want, and the community is not, well, from my play experience, it's not nearly as toxic. It's not even toxic from what I've seen, but like people in League are just straight up like terrible to you if you're a bad player. So, and I'm not a good player at all because I barely play that game. So, like I wouldn't want anything to do with that, and quite honestly, I don't really feel like putting the time in to learn all the characters like abilities and stuff, so that I can learn to counter them on any character I play, because you're not even guaranteed the character you want, so you have to learn at least a few. And I would probably play it if I could guarantee play one. If I can't, so I just wouldn't really want to play it at all at that point. Whereas Path of Exile, and you can play with your friends and stuff, and there's PvP as well, which Diablo doesn't have, so that's like why lots of people like it. But yeah, there you go.
Thank you. So I'm gonna call it then. Sam, you were clearly at a very large disadvantage.
Yeah, it was a pretty fucking obscure game. I knew the moment you pulled League.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm gonna dig myself a pretty deep grave.
I'm just gonna plant my potatoes and grow ass-shaking dinosaurs. I'm still quite confused on how your game works.
Okay.
I'm gonna give this round to Alex for the reasons that, as Alex pointed out and did drive home, the community in League is quite a toxic community. And the other big thing that I'm going to give Alex's game to is it seems a lot easier to do, whereas with Path of the Elixir is it
Exile.
Path of Exile. I'm dyslexic. With Path of Exile, it is easier to get into. To perfect it, it does take talent. It does put a lot of effort in, as Dalen pointed out. Whereas with League, to even be simply okay at the game takes a lot of effort. And to be perfect is some whole other thing. So just due to the fact that Alex's game is a lot easier to get into and the community isn't as toxic, I'm going to give it to him this round.
Good memes.
Neil,
That is really the only reason why I don't play League, is because you have to, you actually have to be good. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't want to play with someone who's shit either. So
Well, that's why you get to level 30. Because you can only really get into ranked if you're level 30. That's when people start being really assholes.
we're going to move on to the next category, which is Alex's favorite category. Best phone game.
God.
This is the best game for your phone. And we're going to start this round out with... we'll save you for last, Alex. We'll start this round off with Sam.
Oh, yeah, Virtual Villagers. It's a real-time, a time management game where you manage a tribe on your phone and you get them to, try and not starve. And it's originally based on the PC, but it was ported over to the phone, and it's just absolutely excellent. It sucks so many hours out of your fucking day. And, and it's free, too, which is a nice touch. And it's completely based, so... if you want to pay for things, it's just because you don't want to wait.
Okay.
But if in reality you could just change the clock on your phone, so it's the best of all worlds.
All right, Dalen.
Alright, so I picked Hearthstone for mine, and it came off the PC onto Android and iOS, and I think it is the best phone game simply because it is just a game that opens up a variety of one of the new card games. You may think about, fucking Pokemon and, what's that one game called?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Magic the Gathering, where it's all fucking confusing and some cards interact with that and that and that. Where Hearthstone, it still has 681 fully playable cards, but it is a lot easier to get into. All you have to worry about is like your health, your attack that your cards have, and the mana costs, and you still have your like top plays where like there's a bunch of pro players that make like really cool decks that just like make them win a game, but there's also 681 fully playable cards, and 566 of those cards can be collected by the players. There's all your original classes from World of Warcraft that you can play, and each deck is so unique that you can make out of the 30 cards that you can pick. It's just an amazing game. It's so awesome. I love it.
Okay. Alex.
Okay, I'm gonna straight up say, other than Hearthstone, because that like originally was like an actual game on PC, most phone games are shit, if not all. I don't like them at all. I like they're stupid, but I had to choose one, so I decided to go with one of the originals back in the day, Fruit Ninja, because fucking everybody played Fruit Ninja back in the day, and I'm not literally meaning everyone. Like that's an exaggeration for the assholes that didn't say I didn't play it.
Whether or not the entire world played that, Neil?
Yeah. Neil will tell you that everybody played. No.
Sorry, what?
I was making a joke about fact checking to see if the entire planet had played Fruit Ninja.
Oh.
I can vouch for that.
Okay.
I can see how many times it's been downloaded and give you an estimate.
We'll see how close Alex was.
Alright.
Okay, well, anyways, it's a pretty simple game. You go in, you slice fruit with your finger there. The animations are pretty cool, like slice a watermelon, fucking slice it right up, right good.
Watermelon.
Yeah, like you just you're bored, you just pick it up and play it for 5 minutes and put it away, do that again. There you go.
Alright, gentlemen, go ahead and start debating each other as to why your game is better than the others.
Do you want me to tell you how many times it's been downloaded?
Is it 7 billion?
No.
Oh.
It's 3 million. It's 300 million.
Oh, you're a little off, Alex.
But it does make $400,000 a day on ads.
Holy fuck.
How
Nice
much?
job, boys.
Wow.
Yeah, no, sorry, $400,000 a month on ads. On
Okay.
just on
Okay,
ads.
good.
Okay, I think in a day I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
More
Pretty
smooth
good, though.
Hearthstones. Okay, good. Yeah, gentlemen, please prove why your game is better than the others.
All right.
No, you can go, Dalen.
All right. Well, I think that. Wait, what did you say your game was, Sam?
Virtual Villagers.
All right. Well, I think Virtual Villagers is just another out of the trash heap picked up real-time game like fucking Game of War and all that
Yep.
clash of the Titan clan things and the fucking boom beach thing. And it's all that fucking where Hearthstone, literally anybody from you didn't even have to play World of Warcraft. I know pro players that have never played World of Warcraft and they'll be like, yo, Hearthstone, fucking Deathwing, I don't know who this fucking guy is, but all I know is that he destroys their entire wave of their deck, and he has 12 health and 12 mana, which can take out a third of the hero's health. By the way, the heroes all are unique in every single way. They can either give themselves armor, they can heal minions or themselves, they can summon minions to help them, and it's all just good and fun, and it's all fucking awesome. And fucking Fruit Ninja, you just pick it up and swipe your screen a couple of times and get 500 points.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
Sam?
Okay, well, Virtual Villagers came out before all that fucking garbage shit with Boom Beach and that stuff. How many ads for Virtual Villagers do you see that constantly spam your fucking YouTube account? Zero.
Lots.
Zero. Because it came out in 2006, and that's how fucking good it is. It's still playable now. And as for Hearthstone, I have never once even considered playing it because it is just purely a fan service to people in World of Warcraft. And it plays off the card game bullshit that has been done 1,000 times. Yes, the characters are unique, but if I wanted to play a really fucking good card game, I'd play Pokemon. Let's be real. And so yeah, I mean, I can't say much about Fruit like Ninja because it's
just
literally
fucking awesome.
just swiping shit. I mean, yeah, that's cool, and good for them for making a bunch of money. But it's pretty simple. I don't know, you know.
All right. Fruit Ninja, dude. We can check how many downloads both. Okay, no. How many downloads does that Villager game have?
What's it called?
Virtual
Villager.
Villagers.
Actually,
It's the first
clueless.
one. The rest of the fucking chain is garbage. Just the first one.
Before I start talking out of my ass, I need to check some facts.
Just start talking. I'll find it.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that Fruit Ninja has way more downloads than any of those games, and that's because it's fucking easy to play. You know, you can even play it for like 20 seconds, and like that's enough. Or you can play it for like an hour, and anytime, anywhere, it's fine. You don't have to set time aside to play it. You just fucking pick it up and play it, and you know. Card games, I'm not really like into that. Like I played Hearthstone for a bit, but obviously I don't play it at all anymore. Not saying it's a bad game. Me personally, I don't really like play like Magic the Gathering stuff like that. I don't play any of that stuff. And Virtual Villagers sounds exactly like all the other like Game of War and Clash of Clans and everything. And even though it's old, I've never heard of it at all.
Okay, here, just quick facts. I can't find how many times it's been downloaded. I'm like on the iTunes store and it's not even telling me.
It's an old game. Yeah.
It's an older code, but it checks
How
out.
about Hearthstones?
Oh jeez.
Alex, I saw what you did there. That was clever.
Thank you.
Hearthstones and Virtual Villager. Can I get a couple more reasons why your game is better than the other one?
Well, I think Hearthstone is better because it is also free to play, and you can pay to get your stuff faster. Like you can pay for cards and whatnot, but I have seen people use just basic decks and cards that they just bought in with the gold, which is the in-game currency that you can just win by doing daily quests, which is like win 3 games with a specific class, or like just win 3 games or spectate a friend's game or whatnot. And you can just build your deck by buying the packs that you can buy. You can also buy the new packs that came out, Goblins versus Gnomes, which also features like 100 different new unique cards that were featured in the game as well. And they have solo adventures, which then again you can buy with gold, or if you want, you could pay with real money to get it faster. But they also go through all your beloved bosses in the Warcraft series from Naxxramas and Black Rock now, which features like Ragnaros, Major Domo, and all those good bosses, and Nefarian himself. And each time you beat a boss, each time you beat a wing from the boss, you get cards. You get more cards that you permanently get. You can't disenchant them or anything, and they're all unique. And when you go into a game and you lay down that card, someone's probably like, "Oh, how do you get that card? You must have done the Black Rock thing," and then that inspires that person to go get that card because the cards are just so great and unique and it's all fun. They just released their new thing called Tavern Brawl, and it's weekly and it features different game modes that change every single week. And I think with Fruit Ninja, with Villager, you just sit there farming your potatoes and corn and don't battle.
I got nothing. Apparently, I have really fucking obscure
You-
tastes in video
All right.
games.
And in Hearthstone you like battle fucking
The only thing I'm gonna say about the difference between Hearthstone and Virtual Villagers is Virtual Villagers has tremendously better ratings on the App Store than Hearthstone, and it's far less buggy, and it's free. Well, I mean, Hearthstone's free too, so. Yeah, need to get more fucking mainstream taste.
Okay, so I'm pretty much gonna call it. But before I do, Neil, do you have any facts you need to correct?
Sorry,
He's dead.
Rest in peace, Neil Schumann. He was eaten by a phone.
okay, sorry, the phone's done ringing. No, actually, okay, well, I couldn't. There's none I have to correct that I could pick out at least, but I couldn't find how much Virtual Villagers has been downloaded, and the only things I could find for Hearthstone was that it's been downloaded 20 million times on the PC.
Okay.
So.
I'm gonna give this round. To me, it's a no questions asked. It's going to Dalen.
yes.
Hearthstones. Alex, I know you put in such a hard-fought battle for this
Well,
round.
you know I love phone games.
Yeah, I know you do. This
Yeah.
whole time you were telling me, like, Connor, I can't wait to do this. Phone games are the
Exactly.
best. They're way superior to PC gaming. But
Mhm. Yeah.
and Sam, yeah, the obscure games aren't helping you out here.
There's certain bias toward World of Warcraft things.
That's not true. The main reason I gave it to him was he gave a lot more facts and he gave a lot more examples of what his game does and gave me specific details, whereas you didn't really go into the details of all the game can do. Which
I told
that's
you everything mine does.
yeah.
You slash fruit. You're a fruit ninja.
That's true,
if you
you
will.
fucking
You're a fruit
poet.
ninja.
As we go on to the main event, keep that in mind that it may be as simple as Fruit Ninja, for an example. Alex could go on about all the different wallpapers. It may be a wallpaper,
Fuck.
but it's something.
I didn't even. I've
Yeah.
completely forgot it even had those.
So when you go on to the main event, keep in mind, try and bring in as many different. I want to hear lots about your game, because in some cases, I've never played your game. So I want to hear a lot about it.
Isn't Fruit Ninja also was ported onto the Xbox Kinect as one of the features for their new system?
Got
yeah, dude, it's so
Oh,
much better
yes.
than all the other games.
it. Anywho, we're going to move on now to the main event. I wanted it to be known right now, we'll do a quick score add-up. The main event is worth 3 points, but it will not determine the winner, as the winner was already determined a few rounds ago. Alex has already won with 6 points.
Oh, baby, a triple.
So, and Dale and Sam, no matter what you guys do, if you win this round, you will not be able to beat Alex. We're still going to
Sweet.
continue the round. Alex, you have the choice to sit out if you wish, or you can keep going and try and tie the ultimate high score, which is 9 points.
I can try, but the game I chose, I chose it as a nostalgic thing. I haven't actually
me
played it
too.
in fucking years.
Wait,
Yeah.
what's the question
The
again?
question is,
Oh wait,
best
yes,
kids
yes.
game.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played mine since I was like 6.
I actually purchased mine on Steam, the entire collection.
all right, best kids
Try,
game.
though.
We're going to start this round off with Sam.
Freddy Fish, motherfuckers! We all picked very similar games in the sense that they're all made by the same company. They all have kind of the same art style, and they're all like adventure games. But man, Freddy Fish, you got that shit in a cereal box. It was excellent. It was just like a point-and-click adventure. You searched for shit. You were a fish. It was a female protagonist. That's important. Set the stage for that, I guess, in children's literature. You're not a car or a superhero Sam. That's sexist. No, this is Freddy. It was a female fish
Named Freddy?
Freddy. Like, what more could you want in a perfect protagonist?
All right.
Yeah.
Dalen.
I picked Pajama Sam because it was the most. I think it was the most revolutionizing game for me when I started PC gaming as a wee young lad.
I don't think that's ever been said before. The most revolutionary game, Pajama Sam.
Pajama Sam.
It was the best point-and-click adventure that I have ever experienced on my point-and-click adventure games I have ever played. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to make this work.
Make it work. Baby.
All right. Alex.
I'll tell you what the real best point-and-click adventure game was. Any putt-putt game out there, guys. There's a whole franchise. I think the one that I played was Putt-Putt Travels Through Time.
I used to do some things like that.
You're a car who travels through time, evidently, and it's quite great. The franchise is so good that they're still making stuff. Like, I think the last thing they did was an app, like, a couple years ago. So, that franchise is clearly still strong and going, unlike y'all's shitty franchises.
Okay,
But,
well,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring up just a little statistic here. How many people are killed by cars a year? I'm just gonna put that out there. How many people are killed by cars in the United States a year? And they made that the protagonist. Oh, look, it's Putt-Putt coming down the street. I better run out and hug him. Fuck that. You can hug a fish. You can probably kill a fish by hugging it. That's cool, man.
I'd like to point out that all the cars that killed people, none of them could talk or have eyes. Putt-Putt, however, has both of those features.
I think if you get hit by a car, you're probably on some kind of acid or something, though.
Playing Putt-Putt.
Sorry, Dylan.
What, if you get hit by a car?
Dylan, are you saying that
Or
everyone
the
who gets
person
hit-
driving the car is on some kind of acid or marijuana.
Dylan, I need to confirm something. Are you saying that every person who has ever been hit by a car has been tripping balls?
Well, they must have been if they hit a person.
Can we confirm that?
Why are they
that.
why are they not fucking paying attention?
Okay, I've heard some obscure statements, but that's up there.
Oh my word.
Oh
I feel
my
bad
goodness.
now. I feel dirty.
Oh
Ah,
my god.
Well, gentlemen, please keep attacking each other.
Okay, come on, fucking Pajama Sam, boys. He is the most relatable character because he deals a lot with your childish or childrenhood with the fucking cookie jar. I mean, come on. Come on. As a kid, who wanted a fucking cookie? I wanted a fucking
superpowers are so relatable. Like, it's so hard to deal with super strength and flying. So I'm so glad Pajama Sam was there to teach me how to do. Oh wait, he's just a fucking superhero like every other goddamn thing. How many talking fish do we got in the world? We got fucking Freddy Fish. And he's teaching you how to make peanut butter fucking sandwiches. He's teaching about monetizing your assets. She. It wasn't even a he. She is great.
Dude, the Putt-Putt series has received various awards. I don't know if your guys' games have, but you can fact check this one because I'm reading it right now. They've received awards including the All-Star Software Award, the Reader's Choice Award, and a 2000 Best Picks Award.
Okay. My
Putt-Putt's pretty
series
dope.
has won 75 awards of excellence and has sold over 2.5 million copies.
Oh, I bet you those are all fake awards. I bet.
Wait,
No.
how many have
75
no,
awards.
Alex.
What
how many
game is
has-
yours? Sam,
Mine's
what
me.
game did you pick?
Oh, Freddy Fish.
The fuck is Freddy Fish? Never heard of that one.
I never heard of Putt-Putt either until you.
I don't know
fucking
how
told
you
me.
never heard of Putt-Putt, dude. Oh my god, I played it all the time in daycare.
You motherfucking plebs, I had all those games. I remember every single one of them.
What, Putt-Putt?
Pajama Sam was just the most memorable to me.
I never even heard of Pajama Sam either, to be honest. Yo, they put like a ton of these Putt-Putt games on the iOS shop.
They put Pajama Sam on fucking Steam.
Well,
and
it's all made by the same companies, guys. It's all made by the same company, so they're all gonna be in the iOS store.
That's true.
Pajama Sam actually is on Steam.
All
Yeah.
No, they're all on Steam. I fucking spent like $100 buying all the Freddy Fish games. It's disgusting.
Okay. I think I'm actually going to call it because I don't feel like this debate can actually go on much longer. I made a terrible choice in saying best kids game.
Come on. It is a kid's game.
No, but this is not. It's not worthy of a main event.
Then why'd you make it a main event?
I thought it would be. I was expecting it to be because I was expecting answers like Lego kids games, for example.
Like those.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give it mostly to the creativity. I'm giving it to Sam for simply bringing up how many cars I've killed people because that's.
Hey,
You guys
But
kind
none
of
of them could
fact.
talk.
Cars
None of
kill
them could talk.
everyone.
You guys were
every
kind of
day.
all the same back and forth, like tied, right up until Sam started talking about cars, and then he just. I thought it was hilarious, so. And
So wait, it doesn't matter that Pajama Sam won 3 million units and 50 wards of excellence?
Yeah, he also had Down syndrome, probably. Who's blue? Who is blue naturally?
Fine. Fine. If I have to go into more detail, the other advantages of Freddy Fish goes to the fact that it was also a female character taking on a boy's name, which can be generally controversial, but the game still managed to sell quite well. Do you prefer that answer, Dalen?
Well, who runs around with fucking pajamas on outside, fucking getting the cookies from cookie jars all the damn time?
Oh,
I think
Shit,
Bro,
kids.
who's a
He's-
talking car, dude?
And I also gave it to Sam as well for mentioning the fact that how relatable superheroes are, which is not very relatable. So,
Pretty relatable if you are yourself.
Weird.
Well, I don't see fucking movies about talking fucking fish all the time. Remember Finding Nemo? That was
Yeah.
a long time ago.
That was a fucking excellent movie.
all right.
Yo,
Yeah,
cars,
and look how many
dude.
superhero movies we have today.
And they're
All right.
all garbage.
Gentlemen, I'm going to
Yeah,
go.
you're right. Guardians of
So-
the Galaxy was shit.
Thank you. I'm glad someone brought it up.
We're not
Whoa!
having this
Fuck
discussion.
Someone
God,
that
guys.
finally agrees with
God,
me.
you're all
Fucking-
dumb.
Oh my
Gentlemen,
god, just
Gentlemen, we're not having this discussion. This is Gamer Brawl. It's over. The winner is Alex with 6 points, following Sam with 4, and Dalen with 2. Did you guys have fun?
no.
Awful. Apparently, I had to
Well, actually, as long as none of my answers were bad, then yeah, I did
Oh, you
have
guys,
fun.
you guys all did great. There was definitely no bad people on here.
There's no
Alright.
stupid answers on the Gamer Brawl?
No
Everybody has
stupid
fun?
answers.
Well, there are stupid answers. This particular Gamer Brawl, there was no stupid answers. Although the potato dinosaur one was kind of stupid.
Hey, you gotta fucking try it. You're the one who
Yes.
puts amiibos up for 47 hours,
I have
fighting
no
to the
friends.
death.
So thank you all for tuning in. This will be up either July 19th, and if you're listening and it's not July 19th, it'll likely be July 26th. We're trying to get a new editing way set up on how we edit. Basically, our editor is lazy and wants to take as much time as possible to post the editing.
All
For
right,
these
I'm an
videos.
asshole, I hear as well. So.
GG boys, it was all fun.
Thank you very
I
much.
wish I could shake my hand, but you know, we're on computers.
Thank you all very much. Tune in next time to see our 8th and final episode before our Rewind Redo event. Thank you very much. And
9/11 was planned by the government. 9/11 should be investigated by the terrorists.